Hey guys, it's Charlene. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a frame shaker card. I love this so much. I'm using the new Sprinkles Scallops Rectangle Die set from Whimsy Stamps and then these super cute papers from the black and white cat Slimline paper pack. You can see I'm going to pull out a piece that looks like little doggy paws. Even though this is the kitty cat pack, I'm using a piece to create a little doggy card. You'll see the stamp set I'm using is super cute. So you're going to start out with the smallest of the scallop dies and then the smallest of the straight edge dies, and you're going to use that to cut out a frame. I love this because it's super versatile. You can make frames, you could cut out panels, and wait till you see the cute little design once it's cut out. When you're making a frame, just make sure to tape it all together, and you can see those cute little sprinkles around the edges of that frame piece. I've cut one out of the pattern paper and then one out of just plain white cardstock. And now I'm going to use the largest scalloped frame and then the straight edged frame to create a large frame. You'll see where I'm going with this in a minute. So get it nice and lined up and tape it, and just make sure you don't take the tape off when you're doing this if you're going to cut more than one. So like with the smaller frame, I cut one out of the pattern paper and one out of the white paper. So I was just really careful not to remove the tape when I was transferring it from the pattern to the white cardstock. I'm making an A2 sized card base that's 4¼ by 5½, and it's just side folding. Once you have that done, you can come in and you're going to get 2 pieces of acetate. The acetate you are going to run through your die cut machine with the smallest straight edge frame, and you're just going to center that on the piece of acetate. I have the acetate cut down to fit the size of the largest scalloped frame. Now this acetate that I'm using has kind of a plastic protection sheet on it, so it didn't cut all the way through. You shouldn't have a problem if you remove that before you run it through your die cut machine. Here I'm just using some scissors to go ahead and cut out what didn't cut through. No big deal at all. So I'm going to do that same thing with the second piece of acetate. And once I have all of that done, I'm going to assemble my card. This is going to look so cute. I'm just using some double-sided tape, and I'm going in on the small frame with the double-sided tape. And then I'm also going to put double-sided tape around the large frame. And then I'm going to adhere both of those pieces down to the acetate. So what we're going for here, what the end product is going to be, you're going to have a frame on your card, and inside that framed area is going to be your confetti or your sequin mix. It looks so cool. I love it. I just love frames on cards. It's something about it is really pretty, and it just, I mean, there's a reason why we frame pictures, I suppose. So framing your stamps that you put on a card makes sense, right? It's going to direct your eye to it. And this set is so nice with that scallop detail. And then on top of it, it has those little kind of scallop impressions. So just be careful when you're putting this down. You want to make sure to get it around the cutout, and you don't want to have any acetate peeking through. If you do, you can just trim it off with some scissors. It's not that big of a deal there. When you're taking off the release tape from your double-sided tape, just burnish it down first. You can kind of rub it down with your finger, or you can use your bone folder to accomplish that. And then I'm going to come in and I'm going to adhere that piece to the acetate as well. Now I did come in and I actually, off camera, I added a couple of dots of glue to make it easier when I was adhering it to the acetate. So you kind of see there was a little break in the video there because I was having a little bit of trouble getting it straight. So if you have that problem, just add a few dots of glue on top of the double-sided tape, and that'll help you be able to get it down. Now I was out of 1/8 of an inch foam tape, and that's what I would normally like to use here. So I used a little bit larger foam tape, and then I just cut it in half. And I'm going to go around all the edges, and I'm going to do a double layer of this foam tape. The double layer is nice because it makes sure that your sequin mix or your confetti mix can move around really easily inside the card. It does create some more dimension, which So there's trade-offs, right? It's a little bit more work because you have to go in and add that second layer of the foam tape. It's also a little bit more difficult to get in the mail, but it also creates a really nice fun effect. I have seen two different people now put a piece of acetate on the back of their shaker before they adhere it to their card. And it's a great idea. So I tried it. Both Dawn and Nancy from the Whimsy Stamps video team, I've seen them both do it on their cards, and I think it's a great idea. It works really, really well. Now I'm just coming in with some Doris foam strips that I have to do the center part, and that's just because I was trying to use them up because I have a lot of smaller pieces, and I also didn't want to cut any more foam tape in half because that's why it's good to have a variety of different sizes of foam tape. It's not the easiest thing in the world to cut in half with a pair of scissors. It's very sticky, and I really am not a fan of getting things stuck all over my fingers. So I try to avoid that if I can. So something to do when you are using a confetti or sequin mix is just shake the bag up a little bit. I know it sounds silly, but I forget to do that sometimes, and then I don't get a good mix of sequins or confetti in my shaker card. So just shake the bag up first and kind of move those all around in there so you get the small pieces as well as the big pieces. And once you've got them in there, you can just adhere that back panel of acetate on top of the foam tape. Make sure you get it down really well because you don't want any of your little shaker bits to fall out. Now I am using liquid glue to adhere this acetate to my card. I used to not like using liquid glue on acetate, and I think frankly I was just doing it wrong. I don't know, because I have started using it again and I haven't had any problems. You could use double-sided tape, you could use liquid adhesive, whatever you have, they're both going to work. I like the liquid adhesive now more because it helps me move things around a little bit, but just keep in mind it takes a little bit more time to dry. So once you get your piece where you want it, don't mess with it for a little bit so that way it can dry. So now I'm coming in off camera. I colored these sweet little doggies from the Doggie Birthday Party stamp set, which is so cute. And I'm going to stamp out one of the sentiments here. It says time to paw tea, like a doggy paw. I thought that was so cute. And I'm going to cut that out with one of the quick strip dies that I have that I use all the time. And then I'm going to just adhere everything to the front of the card there. I've listed down below in the description all of the supplies I'm using today, as well as the Copic marker colors that I use to color in those cute little doggies. But you could, do so many different things with those dogs. They're super cute. I could see you could make this card more girly or more masculine. I made this kind of with a little boy in mind. I was thinking for a birthday card, but certainly adults, kids, anybody would like to receive a card with these cute little pups on it and this shaker frame. When you're applying your images, just make sure that you go back in and add foam tape wherever you need to so that it pops, so that you don't have any spots where it kind of sinks in. So you can see I'm adding some foam tape there on the little dog because in the center where I have the pattern piece of paper, that is inset. So there's some space there and I didn't want the doggy to fall in or get smushed or something in the mail. Now I'm coming in on the inside of the card and I am using that framed piece of the pattern paper to put inside the card. And I'm just going to put that in the center. And then I'm going to stamp inside of the little frame. So there's still room to write your personalized sentiment or greeting, but this makes it really kind of fun. It ties the inside of the card in with the outside of the card. So you could see you could use these dies to cut frames from patterned paper, metallic paper, foil paper, regular cardstock that you color. I mean, they are so cute. All right, here's the finished card, guys. Let me know down in the comments what you think. I hope you will try this technique. A frame style shaker is just so much fun. I hope you'll join me over in the Whimsy Stamps Facebook inspiration group. You also can follow Whimsy Stamps on Facebook, Pinterest, and Instagram. Until next time, guys, happy crafting.